Hello and welcome to this training. In this training we are going to create categories, which are the ones that we see up here in the menu. We're going to create a new category called gifts, and we're going to place that one between two categories, and then we're going to create a level 2 category within the newly created category. And before we get started, I just want to explain that there are two ways of creating categories. The first one is within products, categories, which is this page, and here we have our category tree. And the other option is when you are working with a product. So this is the product page details, and here we have this new category button, and I'm going to cover both of these. So let's start by going to products, inventory, categories. And let's then select the default category. Right now I want to create our level 1 category, which are these one that we have here, for example cooking, what's new, and so on. So let's now add a new subcategory within the default category, and let's call this one gifts. We can then enable this one and leave the URL key empty so that it's auto-generated from the name. We can add a description, we can upload an image as well, and we can change the meta page title. If we leave the page title empty, it will be a combination of the name and the settings that we have in stores, configuration, and then general design HTML head. As we can see here, I have a title suffix, which is hellopavlo.se. So let's see what the page title will be if I leave this to empty. The same goes to meta keywords and meta description. If these are left empty, Magento is going to pick these two. And we can also keep including navigation menu to yes, so that the category appears on the menu. So let's go ahead and save this category. And let's then move this one up in between training and sale, like this. So just click the category, hold, and then drag it and place it where you want to have it. Then if I go to the front end and I reload my start page, we see now that we have gifts here. So this is the category name, this is the URL key, and as we can see, the page title is the category name with the title suffix that I have here. I also get a warning message that says that we can't find products matching the selection. That means that we need to assign products to the category. However, if we don't want to have products in this category, and this should just be a static page, we can, if we want, go to display settings and change the display mode to static block only. So if I go back, we see that we no longer have that warning message anymore. What I want to do now is I want to create a couple of level 2 categories to this category that I have just created. For example, if I hover men, we see tops and bottoms. And this would then correspond to men. And then here we have tops and bottoms. So let's make sure that we have selected gifts, and we can see it here that this is the selected category, and add a new subcategory. If you're wondering what the add root category button does, if you're a Vimo customer, you will not need to use this button. This is only needed when we set up a new multi-site environment for you. But since you are a Vimo customer, we are doing this for you. So now that I have added a new subcategory to gifts, we can then here write, for example, Christmas 2016, and let's enable this one. And let's now switch back from this newly created category to gifts, and then click add subcategory again, and let's add Valentine's Day and enable this one as well. So if I now go to the front end to reload the page, if I hover gifts, we then see our two newly created categories. Alright, so the second way of creating a new category is by going to Products, Inventory, Catalog, where we have our products. We can then add a new product or select an existing product. Then under Basic Settings, Product Details, we can then scroll down to Categories. We can then click the New Category button and then add the name, for example, New Year's Eve, and we can then select the parent category. We can then either use the mouse to select the category from the list, or we can start typing if we know the name of the category, like this. If I now click Create Category, we see now that we have tagged this product with a newly created category. So if I click Save now, and I go to the front end to reload the page, we see now that we have gifts, and then we have the new category, New Year's Eve, and here we have our product. So if I go back to Products, Categories, we should see this new category as well. And yes, we do. Alright, so now you know how to create new categories. You also know that you have more flexibility, you have more settings if you go to Products, Categories, instead of creating a new category through the product page. But on the other hand, you can assign the products to the category at the same time. So you have pros and cons when doing these two options. Thank you for watching and see you again soon.